The entire internet is going through a phase of a modern book burning. You're deleting information. My culture is being burnt. It's being deleted. I can't even go down an internet hole anymore. There's no hole to go down. Go to top Twitch streamers. Go look in their chat. What's in their chat? It's emojis being spammed. Nothing of substance. Their whole personality is based on Twitch emotes. I wanted to talk about what has happened to the internet and the absolute state of the internet. The internet has in fact changed. For me, I'm 24, so I grew up with the internet. Things had developed. That's kind of the age I was in, where you would play video games. You know, play your dress your avatar type of games like IMVU or Gaia Online. Anime MMOs like Luna Online, things like that. But that wasn't the whole picture. There was also a bigger forum culture, which was kind of fun. And it seems like for the most part, with the exception of 4chan, forum culture has died. And I believe the reason that 4chan exists still is not only because the CIA honeypot, but also because it retains anonymity. And I think that's what really makes it prosper. And of course there's Reddit, where they have usernames. You could see what the person's posted. That's pretty much the remainder of the forum culture, or the forum aspect of the internet, is Reddit and 4chan. But before, there used to be so many other ones. Video games would have their own forums, so like a lot of anime MMOs had their own forums. Gaia Online had their own forum, things like that. Chat rooms, not just AIM, but like on the websites itself, they would embed something to where you could chat in it. There was a lot more complexity to the internet. And in general, the internet was more interesting. People used to do fun things. Basically, the internet back in the day had a lot of complexity to it. It had a lot more things to do, and it had soul. There was an actual aesthetic and style to it too. Back in the day.
Dog giveaway start?
Another good example, like funny raids used to happen. People used to say stuff like that. Where's the door giveaway? And people would rage, and it'd be funny, and there'd be trolling. And that part of the culture has died, which was the fun part. But now if you do it, if you're a content creator and you raid someone without their permission, because they'll cry about it, you'll get banned and deleted off of the internet. And that's where a lot of the internet culture has gone. It's not that it got old and aged out per se, but a lot of it is just because people get banned and things get deleted off of the internet, as we saw with alternative platforms recently. Amazon booting people off of their web service. You can't even have certain websites now. Creativity is disincentivized, and it was also killed by social media. The big social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, things like that, killed the forum culture. It killed having your own website. People used to make their own websites, guys. Like, it was normal to be online and know how to code to some level, just to like get your website to look a certain way, even if it was like MySpace or one of your video game forums type of thing, like IMVU. Now people don't know how to do that. You used to be 11 years old doing that, okay? Now it's just like, oh, open an Instagram, open Twitter, and it's so much less creative. It's so limiting, and it just makes it so much easier to brainwash the youth. The internet used to have soul, so when I say that, now you kind of understand what I'm talking about and what it means. The overall incentive for creativity has died. It has affected the internet severely. This internet I'm talking to you guys on right now is just not the same internet that I grew up on, and it's lost a lot of its charm. The biggest streaming platform, which is Twitch basically, unless it's Facebook now, but Twitch is like the main one people go to. They've changed their rules over the years. You're not allowed to troll in there anymore. You're not allowed to raid people anymore. Fun, it has been outlawed. It's no longer allowed, and that's why that culture died. It wasn't because people just stopped. I missed the raids we would do on you. Yeah, me too. It was funny. It was fun, wasn't it? Don't you guys miss that? That's an example of old internet culture. That's when it died. It kind of like died with the Venti character, not to make it all about me.
I can't stop every 5 seconds to fucking scold at you people. I'm not a babysitter.
Why did you choose the ratings you did? Because I wanted to, and he gave me a 1. Suck more black dicks. Be more slutty. Okay, I'm not gonna suck any black dicks, and I'm not gonna be slutty. Thank you. Thank you to whoever said that, but no. I'm not gonna suck black dicks. I'm not sucking any black dicks, ever. Ever, okay? I'm not sucking dick on stream, off stream, or anything. I'm not sucking black dick, okay? Tell me to suck black dick and I'll tell you I'm not sucking black dick. I just don't know how to handle this level of stupidity right now.
So she's totally fucking acting. Like she just acting.
I'm not fucking acting! Get out of
Brittany! Brittany!
Get off!
This is an example, actually. This is good old internet harassment, right? OG internet harassment. But yeah, the old internet used to have something called soul, which it no longer has. It no longer has flavor. It no longer has substance. It hardly has entertainment anymore. Guys, I swear to God, I'm gonna show you. Because you guys are gonna think I'm just saying that and I'm just being nostalgic. And, you know, I'm just a boomer because, like, I'm a zillennial, as they call it now. Now there's a fucking term for that, too, by the way. I was a zoomer 3 years ago, but now I'm a fucking zillennial. Okay. Zillennial. Z-I-L-L-E-N-I-G-G... Wait a second. We used to do it for the lols. I miss it so much. It was so fun on MySpace blogs. Yeah, I know. Now there's no more lols. There's no more lols to be had. They're gone. They're dead. They don't want you to have lols because lols doesn't make enough money. They want to give you something inauthentic and expect you to laugh and love it and eat it up and give them money and your attention for it.
Is Bojack or Pepe.
It used to be funny when everything was Bojack and Pepe, but that's because it was on a smaller level, so it was like more of an inside joke, and now it's like people are on Twitter customizing Wojaks, but not in the creative way. They're just like adding hair and making it about themselves. They don't have to use the meme right or whatever, but the way they're using it isn't entertaining and it's not funny. The only way it's entertaining is by making fun of it. The whole point of Wojak was to kind of show men, basically, like how all men feel and project onto it. That's why it was kind of like a blank canvas. But now you have people on Twitter making custom Wojaks. It doesn't even look funny anymore or relatable anymore. It just looks like garbage. It says canceling would be good if it were done to predators and furries. Remember we used to call them fur F words? You can't say that anymore. It used to be a funny term. Nobody used it in the way that was like discriminating against gay people. It had nothing to do with them. But now you can't say that anymore. If I say that word right now on YouTube, my account will be gone, guys. There goes humor. Have a sense of humor? No, not allowed. Every stream I have had since like a few years ago has felt like I have to walk on eggshells. It feels like I can't actually speak the way I want to. I feel like I'm being controlled. It's not just me, it's the whole internet's being controlled. And I feel as though my culture is being not only appropriated, but taken away from me. And it's so funny how they talk about cultural appropriation, the wokeists. Twitch thrives on wokist, right? They thrive on wokeism. And part of that is like, oh, you're culturally appropriating this and that, but they don't say it legitimately. Stuff that's just ridiculous and not appropriation at all. How is it that the Twitch is going to thrive on wokeism and wokeists, but then proceed to appropriate Pepe, proceed to appropriate Wojak? They hate appropriation so much until it comes to the memes. Until it comes to the memes, it's okay to steal Pepe and transform in all these kind of ways. On Twitch, they already banned someone because they said a word that sounded too close to the N-word. Twitch is a platform where they typed, instead of typing women, they type women with an X in the middle. Because saying woman is too offensive. Because we can't have anything. Okay? Us women, we can't even have our own fucking word. Speedrunners were affected. The least offensive community possible was affected by internet censorship. They take away the term blind playthrough for speedrunners. And it becomes censorship when it's these platforms that have monopolies, not when it's like, oh, Brittany, I'm mad because I can't say boo-boo words on your stream. Well, yeah, because guess who's telling me that you can't say boo-boo words on my stream? If we, as the influencers, don't oblige, guess what? We're evicted. We're evicted off the internet. We are banished. This is what the internet is turning to as a whole. And it's becoming a lot less fun. It's like, yes, we should have rules on the internet in terms of the law. You're not allowed to scam people. You're not allowed to make threats at people. You're not allowed to dox people. Okay, doxing is collecting private information then sharing it. Those are rules I understand being enforced on the internet. You want those rules enforced for your own safety. It makes sense to restrict things that are exploitative or illegal or can harm people, which porn does, by the way. But it doesn't make sense, and I think it's harmful to creativity to restrict certain, like, cuss words. Even on YouTube now, you can't say certain cuss words, really? You're not allowed to say a slur. That's not illegal to say a slur. It's illegal if you harass somebody. That's illegal. That should be enforced if you're harassing somebody. Censorship is a contributing factor as for why the internet is shit now and not entertaining. And what I was gonna do is, to prove that to you guys, I'm gonna go on my YouTube page. There's a few YouTubers I subscribe to and I watch their content, right? So when I'm saying there's nothing to watch anymore, is it a little hyperbolic? I almost want to say no, because in the grand scheme of things, it might as well be. You might as well say there's nothing to watch because there's so little to watch. But on my YouTube feed, I never get anything entertaining anymore. I swear to God, guys, like, music will be on my page for days. The same videos will be on my page for days. And there's always this news tab. Videos I've seen before, like you see that red bar. It's just a fucking mess. It's a mess. Like, I've seen a lot of this stuff before when it goes on here. Look, a repeating video, another one. Isn't this the same one that was up here? Yeah, it was. Look, look. It's the same video. This is the absolute state of YouTube. There is nothing in recommended. There is nothing to watch. I have my few favorite YouTubers I subscribe to that I'll get a new video, but in the grand scheme of things, I can't even go down an internet hole anymore. There's no hole to go down. You guys can kind of get my point now in terms of, like, the new internet versus what it used to be. There is a deprivation of interesting content, not just on YouTube, not just on Twitch, but on the internet in general. What I'm trying to get at is that is an example of lacking soul, lacking character, lacking substance. There is none. My internet experience, I'm never going to get that back. My internet culture, like my culture that I grew up with. I was online more than I was offline. It's gone. At one point, a lot of it got deleted too. So you can't even go on the internet archive. There's hardly any remains left. It's not sacred. I can't even find it if I want to show you some of this stuff that I'm even referring to when I'm saying the internet used to have a soul. What really got me blackpilled about my internet culture literally dying before my eyes was watching this one video about SS Sniper Wolf. Can I give you guys an idea of what is expected of YouTubers now? So if you're wondering, like me, oh, where did all the good videos go? You know, I'm 30 now, where did all the good videos go? This is why. And I discovered why through this video I'm about to show you guys. If you guys want to go watch it, it's called How SS Sniper Wolf is Beating the YouTube Algorithm. I want you guys to actually take a look at the content that is basically #1 YouTube. She gets more views than Mr. Beast per month. And he gives out millions of dollars, thousands of dollars to reach that point. And she's just doing it, okay? Now watch what you have to do as a YouTuber to reach #1 and tell me what message that sends.
Hello friends, it's me. Today we're gonna be checking out some really creative people. This has gotta be the fanciest drink I've ever seen.
The first thing you'll notice is the
like, just super ADHD edits that are incredibly annoying.
And dandelion. It had to have been some like chemical reaction on the cherry and then just like, whoa, is it heavy? Can I pop it? Will it disintegrate? Can I eat it? Oh, this is insanely cool because he can just keep pouring it in and make it look like there are layers of floating fish and lily pads and whatever else is in there. There's so many ways to cut a watermelon, but have you seen it done like this? Okay, I don't like this. There's already waste.
This content, I'm sorry to say, I'm not trying to bully her, but in my opinion, this content is really brain dead. Creating quality content is not really incentivized when the precedent being set is like flashing images and whoa, it doesn't feel genuine. It feels played up. It feels fake. And that's what you're being told to do as a YouTuber. That's what you're being incentivized to do because they value viewer retention. The best thing you can do to retain a viewer is to do a bunch of flashing things, and where's the substance in that? So it's not about the entertainment. It's not about being funny. It's not about providing quality content. It's about abusing or exploiting human psychology in order to keep the viewer there. That's what it's about. So what happens when you incentivize, the only thing that you're incentivizing is to hold the viewer? Well, you're going to get trash. You're going to get things that are just like appealing to toddlers. That's what that is. Like flashing bright colors. It's appealing to toddlers. It's not in a way of like, I don't know, an example of flashing colors that would be more adult themed would be like Sam Hyde MDE, right? Polar opposites, basically.
I've been in this movement for years. That's where I learned it from. This guy knows me.
We're asking you to please...
Now, the following comment most people didn't hear properly. What the skinny male said was, "You're bursting at the seams," not "we are bursting at the seams." This is very strange. I hear it very clearly, and we can actually pull up the waveform.
You're already bursting at the seams. They're bursting at the seams. You're bursting at the seams. They're 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 bursting at the seams. You're bursting at the seams.
Whoa, is it heavy? Can I pop it? Will it disintegrate? Can I eat it?
Just look how much is going on here. This might seem a little crazy to some viewers, but it is very purposeful. By using fast-paced cuts, zooms and effects, she is stimulating the viewer's attention. It breaks things up and gives the content a level of unpredictability that keeps people engaged.
The only way to really be successful on YouTube, as I see it, is appealing to the lowest common denominator. And it's the same thing with what the algorithm, not only with viewer retention, do they reward that and promote your video by, you know, just, whoa, cuts every second. But in addition to that, they reward uploading every day, right? So guys, what happens when you upload every day? Your content gets watered down. Your quality goes down. Quality versus quantity, right? Guess what? YouTube wants quantity over quality, and that's what they reward. And he explains it in that video that she chains videos together to get people binge watching, and she uploads like every day, and then use human psychology to keep the viewer there and then have them watch more so that YouTube can get ad rev off of it. And they can go and be like, look how much we retain people, now pay us. Ruin anything of substance, ruin anything that's funny or entertaining to someone who isn't a toddler or brain dead for ad rev, for money. Just take my culture and fuck it right up, YouTube. Just take my culture and fuck it right up for ad rev. I did not want to stream today. After seeing that video, I was so depressed after watching that video. I was like, is that what I have to go and do? On YouTube, I have to go and make videos every day that are like meaningless and wow, warping face edits every second. Like, oh my God. I hate it because not only is it not funny, it's not appealing to anyone who isn't brain dead, but it's also ruining my internet culture and where I grew up. It's like if you grew up in a neighborhood and started getting gentrified or something. I don't know. In some cases, you might like that, but in this case, it's not getting better like gentrification might do, where you get a Starbucks at least. We don't even fucking get that. We don't even get a Starbucks, guys. There is no reward. There is no vanilla bean frappuccino reward for consuming this brain-dead content. It just creates more of it and shits up the internet more. Gentrification, at least they get vanilla bean frappuccinos. There's no vanilla bean frappuccino.
I'm Brittany Venti, and where the fuck is my vanilla bean frappuccino?
I'm not happy that I go on my YouTube page and that's what I see. I'm not happy that I can't go down rabbit holes anymore. I'm not happy that there's just nothingness. Nothing but brain death. I go and click the video. Appeal to the toddlers that watch. Okay, just dedicate the whole internet to the CIA and toddlers. You know, as if quarantine didn't make us bored enough, right? As if we weren't bored out of our fucking minds enough from quarantine, right? No, we have to have the internet get more boring as it happens. Excellent. Great timing. Wonderful. And people are like, I wonder why there's YouTuber burnout. Bitch, I'm getting viewer burnout. I, as a viewer, not as a content creator, but I, as a viewer, am getting burnt out. The reason there's so much YouTuber burnout, so many YouTubers are quitting, is because there's an incentive to be shit, and some of us don't want to conform to that. Some of us don't want to create garbage that appeals to the lowest common denominator, because that's what you have to do for ad rev. I know for a fact the internet has changed, and that a lot of fun stuff that was there is gone. Through inorganic means, basically. To sum it up, I miss what the internet used to be. I don't like where we're going. We're being incentivized to create horse shit. It will continue because platforms like YouTube will incentivize it. It's no longer about being entertaining. It's about abusing human psychology and keeping people there with loud noises and cuts that aren't funny or entertaining unless you're 2 years old. And, or brain dead. Basically, we need an internet, is it 3.0 or 2.0? We need to run the internet off of crypto. We need something separate. We need to separate ourselves from the wokest and the companies that are controlling the internet now, because it has become trash and no longer a place of sharing knowledge and being entertained. It has become consumerism, and I'm not happy with it at all. And I think cancel culture plays a part into it too, in terms of not just people getting mad at people, but people getting banned off of the internet, and thus our content creators are being fired. That's my 2 cents on it. I know it was a long rant, but it had to be said. I said what I said. Are we all gonna make it? I don't know.